Get over here!
With the tongue we praise our Lord and Father, and with it we curse human beings who have been made in God's likeness. Out of the same mouth comes praise and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this should not be. Can both fresh water and salt water flow from the same spring? My brothers and sisters, can a fig tree bear olives, or a grapevine bear figs? Neither can a salt spring produce fresh water.
Sentid como vuestro fervor exuda por cada fisura de vuestro metal y regocijaos. Penitente mío, os continuaré asistiendo si me entregáis vuestros besos.
Está bien, mi amor. Ahí voy a regresar con otro beso solo para ti. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of Let's Play Blasphemous 2. It's been a little while because I'm just gonna say right now, things have been pretty nutso bonkers over here for several reasons, which I'm not really gonna get into, but the long and short of it is that summer's been crazy. There's been a lot going on, more so than I care to admit, and really just I haven't really had the chance to play this game as much as I would like. But glad to get back into it. Glad to continue this series because I know a lot of people have been like waiting for it, and it's actually really nice to know that like people like this game, or like, you know, like me playing this enough to actually really look forward to, you know, these episodes. So thank you guys, seriously, I really appreciate that. And again, I gotta mention, I really appreciate like the discussion that goes on in the comments of these videos. The last one was actually quite a divisive topic, which I was actually kind of happy to see, because it was nice to see like the different perspectives of what was like what everyone thought of the idea of atonement versus repentance. And I also understand that like I was a little bit unfocused when I was going through that, so like I understand if like to some people it might not have, my specific message might not have come like too clear. And I'll admit, like, my take on the whole idea of like atonement versus repentance is a little bit of a contentious one, because there are genuinely a lot of people out there who feel that self-inflicted punishment is something that they should do. And like, at least in my personal opinion, right, or in my own experiences, that's a bit of a trap. Like that's actually exactly the sort of mentality that makes me feel like it is a bit of a dangerous prospect, you know what I mean? But that's beside the point, because that was the last episode. But I do want to use that as a bit of a jumping off point, specifically for today's episode. Just want to go ahead and double check if there's anything I can get from this guy real quick. Okay, I still have a few tears of atonement that I need to grab for that. But I'm gonna make my way back to the hub to not only do a little bit of maintenance, but also grab a few things from possibly the Sculptor before I make my way to the next major area. So a lot of you guys in the comments, again, thank you for making your presence known in the comments that I should probably hold off on exploring until I get the next major movement ability, which is going to be revealed at the next major area over here, which is the Sunken Cathedral. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way towards the Sunken Cathedral today, and we'll see where that takes us. But what I wanted to discuss today, and this is a bit of a kind of like a thing that can be like applied to a lot of things, because there's a lot going on nowadays, and like I don't think y'all need me to tell you that. But yeah, I really, really liked the different takes and the different opinions I got regarding the repentance versus atonement discussion last episode. And one of the things I really wanted to, like, kind of emphasize with that is the fact that, while I stand by my own, like, take on it, or, like, what I feel about that, I also acknowledge that, like, I understand why it's a contentious topic and why it is a bit of a, you know, questionable, opinion to have when it comes to, like, the idea of atonement or repentance or, you know, what have you. And I'll get into why in a minute. First of all, I have a receptacle.
Ahora os otorgaré un nuevo matraz. Traedme más viales.
Now, wait, do we have another one? Oh, we do!
Ahora os otorgaré un nuevo matraz. Traedme más viales.
Okay, and hand over crystal shard. We're suddenly going Kirby in here, I think.
Traedme cálices o viales, que los llenaré con mi propia sangre.
I have a feeling the next time I come here, like, her arm is going to be even more disfigured. So, I might as well go ahead and check that right now. I'm too curious. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, that's whew. That is chilling. Doth thee wish to make a sacrifice? Sure.
Traedme cáliz.
So, yeah, I'm not actually entirely sure what happens with that whole sacrifice bit. Let's go back in there and see one more time. It's still full. So, yeah, that's something we're gonna have to check in on later. But yeah. So, why did I bring up, the last episode's topic? Because what I want to talk about today, refers to the verse from James. And it's specifically about the topic of taming the tongue. Because, there's been a lot of, like, issues regarding, like, you know, I guess you could say, like, organized religion has that bit of a stigma of, like, you know, people singing the praises of God and being all high and mighty, and yet a lot of hatred is being tossed around by the church as well. And this, if anyone runs into that issue of, like, how, that specific thing where you get some hate from the Christian community, read them that verse. Because hate and love should not be spewing from the same tongue, if that makes any sense. Because if you love God, you cannot hate the creation that was made in his likeness, you know what I mean? And I'll get into more detail in a bit. I just want to, like, do a little bit of looking around here. Increase altarpiece. I think I can do that. Yes.
El retablo de vuestra espalda tiene ahora más capacidad. Aquí os esperaré hasta que reunáis más marcas del martirio para ampliar vuestro retablo.
Alright, and how much do I need for one more? I need 10. Ooh, boy.
Que las manos del milagro os guíen, penitente.
Oh, actually, now that I opened another altarpiece, I actually can... Okay, altarpiece favors. Yes, there you go. So I can put in another one. Let's actually look through these. Okay, so I have these active, right? Yes. So, increase the strength of Veredicto. Keeping the war sensor alight. These two are fine. What do we got here? The Demented one. Increases the duration of the Blood Pact. Increase the damage inflicted when life is low. Increase damage dealt when bile flasks are depleted. Increases damage inflicted when health is at its maximum. What do we got here? Increases fire, lightning, miasma, mystical. Increases the chance of critical hits when using prayers. Slightly increases the damage of prayer. Ooh, I like that one, actually. Reduces penalties for the accumulation of guilt. Increases the damage inflicted when guilt level is low. Increases physical damage inflicted. The traitor is just generally good. And then there's the bishop. I think I'm going to go with the traitor.
Que las manos del milagro os guíen, penitente.
So yeah, today's topic is basically about, like, taming the tongue and understanding that, like, you know, you gotta watch what you say. And a lot of that does spring from, like, several different topics that you can apply when it comes to, like, how you conduct yourself. And one of the major things, as a matter of fact, is, and this is, like, something that this is a topic that I kind of hold near and dear to my heart when it comes to just talking about, not just religion, but just, like, you know, behavioral aspects in general, is one of the greatest fears of mankind. And, like, I believe this wholeheartedly. One of the biggest fears of mankind is the possibility that you might be wrong. I don't care who you are, because I am going to, like, fully admit this as well. If you're a person, you are afraid of being wrong. And anyone who isn't afraid of being wrong is a liar. And they are probably the type of person who believes that they are never wrong. Those are dangerous people. Just gonna say that right now. One of the best signs of maturity is when you meet someone who has, like, done something wrong, and everyone has done something wrong at least once. There is something I can do. Can I make that? I can. Cool. But yeah, like, one of the greatest signs of, like, you know, just general, like, you know, maturity is admitting that you're wrong. Like, whether you've done something wrong, whether you've said something wrong, whether you've done something stupid, whether you've said something stupid, everyone's done it at least once. And you know what? That's fine. Because, like, you know, we're only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Like, seriously, that's pretty much the truth of it. And it seems like that's... Oh, hello. Well, I guess I'm gonna hold off on that for a moment. Oh, okay. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh, beautiful. Is this like a mini-boss? Oh, no. Okay, he retreated. Yeah, that seemed like a mini-boss. Cool. Yeah, these are interesting creatures. Merfolk? Okay, this, like, blood ring, prayer is, like, really good, so looking forward to using this more. Awesome. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, it feels like it should be common sense, right? Because if you're wrong, you're wrong. Now, there are, like, situations where, like, you know, oh, like, it is debatable, like, whether you're wrong or not. Like, I'm just gonna say right now, like, when it comes to factual things, right? If you believe the Earth is flat, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong, alright? Like, there is, like, scientific evidence at this point that, the Earth is, in fact, a floating orb in space that is very much round. And one of my favorite things to say is like, oh, but there are flat Earth believers all around the world. And I'm like, okay, Poindexter, say that again, but slowly.
La antigua catedral ha emergido del oscuro mar tintado. Nunca creí que pudiera ver esto con mis ojos vidriosos. ¿Por qué el milagro ha esperado hasta ahora para hacerla emerger? Echad un vistazo a nuestro escaparate.
Alright, so... Oh, you have a free mark of martyrdom, but we're just short.
¿Nada de vuestro interés? Una lástima.
Lo siento, señor, pero necesito más dinero para comprar eso. Ahí regreso más tarde. So yeah. There are things where, like, you know, it is irrefutably, like, you know, the case where you're wrong. Like, if you... Like, how do I put this? Electricity can shock you. Fire will burn you. The earth is round. And, you know, just things like that. Like, scientific evidence, like, evidently clear things that, like, if you say that, like, if you say the opposite and think you're right, I'm sorry, you're wrong. And you have to admit that you're wrong. And then there are those more debatable, topics, like you know the ones the ones about, like, oh, whether homosexuality is a sin, whether God said this, whether God said that, whether, and like this is like one of the big ones, whether God actually exists. Like, that's one of the things that I feel like, and I've talked about this before, more like Christians need to, like, kind of like come to a bit of a realization, is that if you're going to believe in a higher power, if you're going to believe in faith, you gotta go into that faith understanding that there is a very, very real possibility that you might be wrong. Like, I wholeheartedly believe that there is a God. I wholeheartedly believe in heaven. I wholeheartedly believe that there is a designer that created everything that, like, that we see. I wholeheartedly believe that. Do I believe in it with 100% of my being and can say, like, without any sort of doubt that what I believe is correct? No. Absolutely not. I understand, like, that there is, like, that whole idea of, oh, you need to believe in this, like, 100%, in order for you to be able to, like, you know, oh, believe in God, like, with 100% of your, like, heart, soul, mind, and strength. Or, like, love your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Which I do. But you need to understand that just the very, like, concept, the very, like, idea of having faith in a higher being is understanding that a part of that faith comes from understanding that, you know, you might be wrong. And, like, I do get that question. It's like, well, then, like, if you believe that you could be wrong, then why do you believe in this so, you know, passionately? And at least for me personally, right? This is my own personal answer, because that is a very personal question too. Everyone has faith in what they believe in for different reasons. Mine is, like, several reasons, but the one main one is that it's the idea of why not, you know? Like, I do believe in God. I do believe in, like, you know, heaven, and I do believe that he created everything, and I do believe that I should, like, you know, turn to him to forgive me for my sins, right? If I'm right, then I will be allowed to go to heaven, see God, see all my loved ones who are probably there, like, you know, waiting for me at the gate, at the pearly gates, like someone coming out of the plane at an airport, and I will live a happy afterlife. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. That's really, like, one of the... That's the logical reason. The less logical reason is more, like, geared towards why I believe in faith, like, or why I believe in, like, you know, God and heaven in the first place. And that is because, like, it gives me, like, a reason to explain why certain things are the way they are. Or at the very least, like, you know, be able to deal with certain things, like, when they happen, you know, like the disasters and tragedy and things like that. I will fully admit, like, it is not an easy thing to, like, really, it's not easy to necessarily, like, have to deal with, like, some of the tragedy that, like, happens on Earth without any sort of explanation. Like, it's not. It really isn't. And whenever tragedy happens, like, a very, very quick, like, reaction that a lot of people will have is that they want to blame something. You know? Oh, I see. Like, for me personally, I don't necessarily want to blame anyone when tragedy strikes. Like, oh, like, a family member died of illness, or this, like, natural disaster destroyed the home of a loved one. I can't really blame anyone in particular for that. I can't blame, like, one person for, like, you know, them getting sick, or someone necessarily, like, you know, losing everything because of a natural disaster that they had no control over. Do I sometimes want to blame God? Yes, absolutely sometimes I want to blame God. But it's still one of those things that gives me a little bit of, like, comfort, knowing that, hey, just, like, despite how bad things are, there is still someone up there watching over me. And that's how I feel it. That's how I, like, personally take it when it comes to, like, you know, believing in Christianity, believing in God, believing in, like, you know, a higher power, however, like, and all that. I go into it, however, with the acknowledgement that I could be a big dumb idiot who, like, for all I know, is completely wrong about all this. Ooh, I gotta be careful here. There we go. Cool. So yeah, that is like one of the things that I feel more people need to understand. Like, one of the greatest fears of man is the possibility of being wrong, and I feel like that's even more prominent nowadays because of, like, America's current political environment. I don't want to get too political, because, like, it is a topic that I genuinely do not enjoy. But if there's one piece of advice that I would love to give politicians is, hey, I understand you're trying to make a point here. Your, like, the way you perceive, like, the world, or the way you feel things that the way things should be, face it, you might not be right. Like, maybe your method of, like, doing things isn't the best way to go about things. And, like, the thing is like, what gets my goat is just how volatilely people will believe in certain things just because someone said it is the right thing, and it, like, falls so heavily into their own already established, like, you know, rhetoric, that they refuse to listen to any other perspective. And it's honestly depressing. Because, like, yeah, I don't want to claim that I know what is best for, like, you know, this or that or whatever. But at least, like, for my own personal experience, right? It's one of those things where I would like to... I try to, like, educate myself when it comes to, like, certain details, especially when it comes to the political field. But I also go in, like, completely acknowledging that I'm not an expert. I don't know everything that goes on in the White House, or when it comes to, like, you know, political rhetoric. I don't know everything that goes on, like, in, like, the video game industry when it comes to, like, certain, when it comes to, like, you know, how things go on in, like, in the industry and, like, the developer's office, things like that. I am no expert on either of these. Do I feel like I have at least, like, a little bit of an educated opinion? Yes, but not the full-on opinion. At the end of the day, I may despise war. I may, like, understand certain, like, details about war, like, you know, how certain people, like, how soldiers will, like, perform certain tactics, or, like, I understand how certain weapons work. I was never a soldier in the field, so I will not even pretend to understand what it was like to be on a battlefield. Not for a second. The same way, some people shouldn't pretend that they understand how things go with, like, you know, the political system or anything like that. It is not as black and white as we would like it to be. And while that does feel like a bit of a cop-out explanation sometimes, that's just how it is. And that's something I also feel like more people need to understand when it comes to, like, treating other people. Like, or behaving around other people. Oh, are we gonna fight this guy again? Yep. Odong of the Confraternity of Salt. Oh. Oh, geez. Okay, I did not see where he was going. Let's do this. Okay, he's jumping. Okay, I do not know how I dodged that, but I'll take it. Woo! Oh! Ah. How do I activate this again? Oh man, I don't remember how to activate the Blood Pact. Crap. I'm just gonna have to deal. Ooh, okay. Oh no, I'm out of flasks. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, I don't remember how to activate the Blood Pact. I gotta remember that. Nuts! Yeah, let's Weight of Sin. Okay, it's... Oh, no, wait, no. Blood Pact. Hold R1 and square. Okay, got it. Ah! Yeah, that was really bad. Okay, I'm starting to understand now. Yeah, I gotta use Blood Pact more. Okay. Maybe don't use Blood Pact, like, when I have very little life left. Now that I think about it, though, maybe I shouldn't use this one. Let me actually try the Twin Daggers. Maybe, like, that'll work out a little bit better. Oh, bad, bad, bad. Yeah, no, these aren't working. I'm gonna switch back to this. Oh, he can summon 4 now. Come on. Whew. Yeah, this guy's tough. Holy smoke. Yeah, no, the twin daggers weren't working at all. I'm gonna stick with the blade. Ah, damn it. What? Oh, come on. That sucks. Ah. Jesus. Yeah, I can't tell the difference between when he's summoning his spears or when he's summoning minions. That sucks. Okay, let's keep this going. I figured out this guy's pattern for the most part. It's just a matter of execution at this point. Now, this guy's tough. Great start. Great freaking start. Okay. Let's take some time to heal here. Okay, there we go. Ah, damn it, I forgot he does that. Okay. Ah, damn it. And that should do it. There we go. Oh, please don't hit me while I'm good. I was gonna say. If that hit me during the cutscene, I would have been mad, man. Yeah, that guy was tough. Holy smoke. The Key of Salt. Oh, hello. Oh, wow. Okay, he was another one of the bosses. He didn't really seem like it, admittedly. But, hey, I'm not complaining. He was tough enough to be one, that's for sure.
Desprovisto de dominio suficiente, el milagro fallaba en sus empeños de encarnarse, manifestándose únicamente en forma de enfermedad, deformidad y dolor. Propagaba más y más sus aberraciones, como llagas en una piel enferma, en cuantiosos lugares y en inocentes cuerpos. Paloma, que del azabache tomáis el color. Abandonad ahora vuestra cárcel de oro.
That was a really cool image, not gonna lie. And there we have it. That being said, I'm actually surprised I got through this place that quickly. I have a feeling there's more to this place than meets the eye. And, like, there's a whole area here, and... Ooh. Okay, so we gotta go back that way, huh? Well, I'm not quite done exploring this place just yet, so let's go back and see what else we can find, despite the amount of guilt that we accumulated throughout that fight. Holy smoke, that was tough, man. Still, that was a pretty satisfying fight, not gonna lie. Very challenging. Ooh, yes, please, thank you. Go ahead and activate this. And let's see what's up there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Veredicto for this one, because the double hits and like the stagger you get with this weapon are just way too good for this area. Like, it's just generally good for like basic enemies. There we go. But yeah, so going back to, like, what I was, like, the topic I was talking about earlier, at the end of the day, like, what I really want to perpetuate with, you know, what I say throughout, like, you know, talking about the idea of holding your tongue and understanding that, like, you could be wrong. Basically, like, just practice common sense when it comes to talking to people and treating people, you know? Because the other main thing that really gets me, is the fact that, like, you know, this also goes into, like, the whole, like, debate regarding, like, you know, who, like, what you stand for when it comes to, like, certain topics. The thing is, like, at least in terms of Christianity, because I'll be the first to admit, like, the rhetoric of Christianity is very, what's the word? I want to say skewed, I guess? I don't know what the proper term for it is, because it's one of those things where it's, like, it wants to be one thing, but it really ends up being another in a lot of circles. And it is the idea of, like, especially when it comes to organized religion, in my opinion, is the fact that, like, it feels like, you know, a lot of, like, conservative Christians want to have their cake and eat it too. Now, whether the Bible says it is, like, you know, not, like, it is a sin to be, like, you know, homosexual, I personally don't think it says that, because, like, especially when you look at the Ten Commandments, there's not really, like, anything that says, like, you know, you can't love someone of the same sex. But, like, that's not really that's a whole nother topic, right? One I've already, like, discussed on this, like, series. Is the idea that, like, okay, you know what? Maybe the Bible does say that it is wrong. Maybe there is something in the Bible that says, hey, yeah, this is not a good thing. Maybe that is the case. that is no excuse for you to treat those who are practicing such a thing, or, like, you know, are that. That's no excuse for you to, like, you know, treat a girl who likes girls, or treat someone who has discovered that, hey, they're transsexual or anything like that. Just, even if the Bible says it's wrong, maybe there is a verse in there that we don't know about, or that we're, like, aren't interpreting correctly, that does confirm that. That is no excuse for you to treat them like shit. That is no excuse for you to go around parading your rhetoric and saying that they should be this or they should be that. No excuse. Because at the end of the day, and I've said this countless times already, it's none of your damn business. You know? Like, just because, like, someone, like, you know, is in jail for a crime does not mean I should go over to that jail and, like, reprimand them for that. They've gotten that enough already. Like, are they remorseful for it? If they are, great. If they're not, well, then just don't associate with them. Like, yeah, like, there are people out there who deserve to be called out, who deserve to be, like, you know, who deserve to be, like, you know, reprimanded, or, like, you know, like, talked badly about because of, like, the shit that they've done. I'm just gonna say right now, like, maybe this is, like, you know, this could be interpreted as, like, you know, me finding an excuse, and if you want to take it that way, great. But I think people going around and shooting kids in schools is a bit of a higher priority when it comes to the condemnation rhetoric, as opposed to someone who just really wants to be with their husband who's man, you know? Like, I think that's a bit of a higher priority when it comes to the condemnation, like, rhetoric, you know what I mean? I would rather, like, if I'm going to, like, talk bad about someone, I think I'd rather spend my energy talking bad about a mass murderer who shows no remorse about the fact that they killed someone, as opposed to talking bad about a guy who wants a husband. That's not hurting anyone. That's not, like, you know, that's not, like, being bad towards, like, you know, anyone else. That's not killing anyone. Like, you know? That's how I see it. Like, at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where it's, like, whether I, like, feel like this is wrong or not, I don't. I really don't. Even if I did feel it was wrong, shut up. Like, honestly. Like, it goes back to the whole, like, do not judge lest ye be judged, right? Leave the judging to big man upstairs. You should not have that spring from your mind flow with so much salt. If you also want to be kind, if you want to, like, let the fresh water flow from your mouth or your mind, don't add salt to it, you know? You can't have salt in your water and expect it to be fresh water. It can't happen. So, if you believe in a God who expresses kindness and understanding and, like, you know, like, good faith and, like, good, like, vibes and, like, happiness to your fellow man, and you believe in that God, maybe that's the God. Maybe you should follow his example, you know? Just saying. Like, ultimately, just be nice to each other, be nice to people, and watch your tongue. Like, you don't want to be the person who says stupid shit. And, like, and that's the other thing, right? Ultimately, no matter what you do, you're going to say stupid shit, one way or another at some point in your life. When you do, like, what kind of person are you going to be? Are you going to be the kind of guy who owns it? Or are you going to be the type of person who doubles down and, like, later down the line, you're going to, like, look like an idiot, you know? The Pillager. Oh, speaking of which, I never actually looked at the lore of that one other thing. The Key of the Pilgrim. Key of Salt. First, let's look at this. As if awakened from the most terrible dream, the warriors' eyes opened together. Dazed still, they tried to recall the moments before. Their ship capsized. They had hopelessly drowned in the city in the icy depths of the ocean. Merciless reaper of lives. But now there was a ceiling over their heads, a ceiling of a rapturous beauty, ornated with the most delicate engravings. They looked at each other, at the salt that crushed their bodies, at the seaweed and coral that protruded from their armor. With parched throats, cracked lips, and wretched faces, they looked at Odin, their burly captain, as he slowly rose. The salt in his armor crunched as he moved, as he thrust his halberd into the clammy stone floor. He looked silently at them in turn, gaze hidden behind his impervious mask. He knew where they were. This had to be the cathedral that the miracle had long hidden under the dark waters of the sea. Salt had granted them life, and he knew his new orders were clear. To guard this sacred place, and to do so until their deaths. Death they would not fear, for they had already conquered it once. So that's the story behind Odin. And, there was another steely battle lance. Is this, like... Oh, no, that was... Oh, the salt-covered spirit point was a rosary bead. Increases resistance to all physical damage. A sharp wedge that came off the end of a pike. His work done, the soldier sank into the waters with the weapon still clutched in his hands. Steel rusts and cracks, but wills persist beneath the waves. And we got the Compass of the Stranded. Significantly increased resistance to miasma damage. The guiding instrument of the lost parishioner. The miracle, in its eagerness to hide knowledge from prying eyes, diverted needles and courses. Few sailors dare to navigate the inky waters of the unholy library. Ah, okay. Something tells me we might uncover something like that very, very soon. And what is that rolling sound I hear? Well, either way, let us keep moving ourselves forward here. Let's see what's up here first. Yeah, there's quite a bit to explore here. We're going to go ahead and, like, look at what else we may find here. I got a lot of, like, Tears of Atonement as well. Yeah, we're going to see what else we can find here and go from there. Once we're done exploring this place, I think we're going to go ahead and call it an episode. Man, this ability, dude. Like, it opens up so much. Like this, for example. Oils of the Blessed Mixture. It is a quest item. Vial of brightly colored oil. By mixing its contents with different pigments, the sculptors obtained a wide variety of hues in which to color their work. Is this a material for, is this a material for the sculptor? Okay. I dig it. And I believe this opens up... Where does this... Oh, okay. This opens back up to the fast travel area. Perfect. Let us keep going. Yeah, there's still more to explore this way. I'm down to keep, like, looking this way to see what else we can find. Ah. Tried the slide. Can't hide that from me, pal. Ah, okay. I need Rega for this. Ooh. Sweetness. Ooh, okay, a Mark of Martyrdom. It's another Mark of Martyrdom. Beautiful. Awesome. So, what else do we have? Oh, we're revealing more here. Curious. Oh, hello. Well, that's the cathedral we saw earlier. Oh, geez. Is he not gonna die? Oh, geez. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. There we go. Yeah, I can just take him out from a safe spot there. Oh. What do we have going on here? Ah, okay. His range is just enough to reach Federico's range. What are those things? Okay. This is getting creepy. Nice. Hello. Hi? You okay there, buddy? Clearly not. Oh, okay. What are we leading up to here? Perfect. I'm seeing a lot of candle wax. Okay. Yeah, we might end up exploring a little more than I bargained for. Oh, I see. I think I know what this wants me to do. Okay, still gotta be careful here. Aha! Alright, let's see. Ah, Jesus. Yep, messed that up. Okay, so I gotta swing up. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, there we go. What do we have here? Serrana of the Kindled Hearth. Is that a prayer? It is a prayer. Create a torrent of flames that inflict sustained fire damage. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, it's just a straight up flamethrower. Sure, I'll try this out. I like flamethrowers. Anyone remember Buzz Lightyear Star Command? And, like, Zurg was, like, really big into flamethrowers, so, like, he gave Agent Z one. Is like, bring me the... Order all troops to descend on the planet of the little green men. Excellent. I'll just use this. And then he, like, pulls out the flamethrower, and then Zurg is like, ooh, a flamethrower. Okay, yep, not making that. So clearly there's something here. I'll make a quick mark. Oh, nope, not there. Here. There we go. Yeah, holy smoke, there's a lot. What am I discovering here? Oh! Oh, this is the new area. I could have... Oh, okay, you know what? This might lead over here instead. So we're going to save this for another time. I am going to go down south now. Oh, hey! That was an accident. Also, I just realized that those cherubs actually heal my health when I get them. So that's nice. Okay, so we're going to save that for later. For now, what I want to do is see what's down south first. I think what I'm going to do is the next time I find myself at a Pred Dieu, I'm going to go ahead and save. But yeah, as we start winding things down, of course, like, as I always say, like, you guys in the comments, go ahead and let me know. What do you guys think of this little discussion that I had? And of course, like, you know, leave your thoughts down in the comments. Go ahead and, like, tell me how much I'm sucking at this game and what I should be doing more of, or, you know, what have you. I'm always open to feedback here. Especially because, like, it just generally makes things easier to, like, find stuff. Is this a maze? This looks like a maze. Okay, always happy to find another cherub. Yeah, this looks like a maze. Alright. Where is this taking me? I'm starting to learn how to see those. Ha ha ha! Yes! Is this just taking me back around? Oh, hello. Damn. Oh, okay, so that's not gonna go through there. Nice. Yeah, get behind those guys. The lack of music is creeping me out, not gonna lie. Oh, wait. This is, uncharted... This is, already charted territory. So what happens if I go this way? This has me curious. Wonder what that's all about. Hi.
Deteneos. El derrumbamiento de este sacro lugar es inminente. Y ya apenas me quedan fuerzas para sostener la entrada a nuestra capilla. Mi nombre es Regula, y este engrandecido cuerpo ante vos no es más que el castigo por un gran pecado que cometí en el pasado. El milagro es justo y me concedió vigor para sostener este umbral. No obstante, tras interminables esfuerzos, lo siento menguar lentamente. Cada temblor hunde más estas inmisericordes rocas en mi carne. Si mis brazos cedieran al peso, el santuario quedará sepultado y la santa no podrá ser venerada nunca más. Por piedad, atended a mi súplica. Entre estos estremecimientos pude oír el derrumbe de unas paredes del interior de la capilla. Estoy segura de que un pasaje al interior del santuario se ha abierto desde algún lugar de este laberinto. Os imploro encontrarlo antes de que sea demasiado tarde.
Oh.
Penitente, encontrar la otra entrada al santuario antes de que sea demasiado tarde. Cada temblor merma mis fuerzas más y más.
I'm getting Atlas vibes from this girl. Huh. Okay, so that's something that we gotta look into later. Oh, hang on a sec, hang on a sec. I'm gonna cook for a moment. Oh, I get it. That's what the maze is for. So if I go back here, and I go up this way... Ooh. Okay. Well, I think I just killed someone. Let's go ahead and check on her. Mama, I just killed a man. Felt a rock against her head. Tumbled down, and now she's dead?
Mi aguardado final ha llegado. Llevad el rostro del paño al lugar donde nunca debió marcharse. La estatua. La santa.
Regula's cloth. Cloth whose paint streaks depict the shape of a face. Blessed Regula wore it as a veil as a symbol of veneration for the saint to whom she dedicated her life and death. One night, the young Regula, and we will never know if she did this out of curiosity or boredom, crept into the workshop of the famous sculptress of her village. She wanted to be the first to behold her newest piece, the one so eagerly waited for by everyone, the effigy of the saint. She froze just as she entered, struck with awe in the presence of such beautiful work, which paint had still to dry. Regula then felt a perverse urge to take the cloth pressed down against the face of the saint, stealing all color of from the sculpture visage. She then covered her own face with the fabric, pretending that the saint's beauty was now hers. The young woman played with her painted cloth, mimicking the pious gesture of the saint, dreaming of the villagers' devotion. After which, it was time to leave, lest the sculptress discovered her mischief. But upon removing the cloth, she discovered, horrified, that the reflection on one of the windows showed no features of her face. In its place remained a shapeless stump of ashen flesh, dry and cracked like charred wood. Regula's scream pierced the night as she understood the punishment for her sin. Damn. Well, what a way to go. And on that rather morbid note, I think that's going to be it for episode 11 of Let's Play Blasphemous 2. Yeah, when she did wrong and she paid for it, at least she was mature enough to understand that she did wrong. Maybe, hopefully, the punishments of those, like, in the real world don't have to be so extreme. But, yeah, where am I? Yeah, I'm going the right way. So yeah, thank you guys again for joining in for this episode. Once again, let me know down in the comments, what you guys think. Should we keep going to the Severed Tower? I think we should. Because we're already here. We might as well, like, go for it, right? Oh, I just realized something. You can use the flamethrower, like, spell to just suspend yourself in midair for a good while. That's pretty useful. I'll have to remember that. So yeah, a lot of good stuff today, a lot of things done. So yeah, thank you guys once again, and as a little bit of a reminder, practice patience, practice humility, hold your tongue, and understand that, hey, we're all human, and all of us are wrong at some point, at many points in our lives. Be the bigger man and know when to acknowledge that. I'm the Green Scorpion. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day.